Hey guys, this is Travis from FloridaManFirearms, and today we are going to be doing a AK for Dummies video. With all the recent panic buying going on, there's a lot of people that I know for the first time that have bought AK rifles and barely know nothing about them. So this is kind of a video for you if you're one of those first time AK buyers. First, let's go over the history of the AK. Real quick, the AK, literally AK-47 means Optimod Kalashnikov model of 1947, and basically this rifle was designed in 1947 by Mikhail Kalashnikov, rest in peace. Basically the Russians saw the German Sturmgewehr in the late 40s or in the mid 40s of the war. And basically they wanted their own intermediate cartridge and their own battle rifle. So this is basically derived from that, although there are people that will argue otherwise. The Russians saw the importance for an intermediate cartridge and they came up with the AK platform. Originally the SKS took the role, but it was quickly replaced by this by 1947. So the AK, unlike the AR-15, is a piston-driven rifle, which arguably makes it quite more reliable, and it's actually quite proven all around the world. There is a reason why people choose AKs all around the world. They're just reliable guns, they work, and they just keep firing. Being that it's a piston system, none of the gases or the carbon buildup is in the action. It stays right in here, and it runs it a little cooler. The barrels are mostly chrome lined machine gun barrels, like on this example. This example we have here is actually a 1968 Russian Tula parts kit that came in that was made by James River. Basically what you're going to do, you have a safety, a standard safety for safe, down for fire, a basic charging handle. It's a very basic rifle. It's very easy to use and train troops on. You have other examples that are a little different. For example, the early Yugoslavian or modern day Zastava rifles, you have these that are coming into the country. They're built the same. Internally, they're the same with a minor couple differences. Modern AKs have the side mount rail, so you can mount a force multiplier. You can obviously, this one has a threaded barrel, so you can take this off. This right here, you can take that off and put a suppressor and run it suppressed if you want. There's also new features like that, the last round bolt hold open. And also on these rifles, on these Serbian, I don't know about the early Yugo guns, but I know on the modern day production guns, the Serbian weapons, there is a safety to where you can rack around in the chamber and have the safety on, and it'll eject the round. Now, the traditional AK will not do that because the ejector's moved up a little forward, so it's impossible to rack it out of the chamber. And we can actually go ahead and demonstrate that real quick with this rifle. We do have one live round of 123 grain Red Army Standard loaded up here. All right, now we're going to put the safety on. Now, again, with this regular AK, you cannot do this. As far as I know, this is only with the Serbian guns. This was kind of an extra layer of safety. So if you wanted to eject the round out of the chamber, normally you would have to put the safety down. I guess if you didn't want to risk accidentally pulling the trigger for whatever reason, you could leave your safety on and jack the round out of the chamber. Like so. There's nothing in that chamber. The chamber is now empty. Oh, let me get that out. So now we have an empty chamber. There's nothing in it. So with the Serbian guns, that's an extra little added feature of safety and reliability, I guess you can say. Besides the bulge trunnion, which is more for durability. You know, you have other variants like the pistol that are mechanically, they work the same. Now, one thing with the pistol, they do have a hinged dust cover, which is nice because it lets you keep track of it. These AKs, the dust cover pops off. This is the same rifle, it's just a shortened piston and a shortened barrel, but they operate the same. So pistols right now are kind of a hot topic with the pistol braces and the current ATF situation we're having, but I would just keep these as is. I wouldn't even bother putting a brace. Now if you SBR these are excellent guns, and even without the pistol brace, they're actually easy to control, the 7.62x39 cartridge, which the AK-47 was designed for. Later AKs, like the AK-74, are chambered in the 5.45 cartridge, which is the standard cartridge for the Russian Federation military. So that's kind of our dive into the world of AKs. It's an AK for Dummies video. I know there's probably more I could go over, but this just gives you a basic overview of the rifles. All right, so if you have any questions, please feel free to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.